Hello everyone, M3FJZ here. I just added a new project to my website, which is the Nano front panel for the Max SSB transceiver. However, you could use this on any Bitx-like transceiver that you build. You need to include a SI5351, which I have down here on my Max SSB prototype. If you build that module, you can then build the front panel module, which will allow you to control it with the Nano. And I like the Nano because it's in a footprint you can put on a breadboard, and you can and it's not very expensive either. Here's an overall block diagram of the Max SSB Nano front panel being used to control a Bitx-like rig. Here you see the Nano controller on the lower left corner here is connected to the SI5351, and SI5351 clock 0 goes to the mixer, and clock 2 goes to the BFO module, or BFO mixer. The Nano front panel also includes a method in which you can generate a clock signal, square wave, off of clock 1. And you would connect this to whatever test equipment you may want to use. You can find the Nano front panel schematics and sketch download pages by doing a search for my website, Circuit6040, and then finding the remypark.com link, and then clicking the Max SSB transceiver link. And if you come down on the left side, you will find the module 111 link. Click that, take you to the front panel, the Max SSB Nano front panel web page. Here you will find the schematic, for the module, and you will find above the schematic a link for the Nano front panel and Arduino Nano software download page. Now read this important message about if you have trouble communicating with your Nano through Windows 10. I had some issues with that. I had to download another driver. But if you don't have problems communicating, you can ignore this message. But just follow the instructions here on how to download the libraries needed for the module, and how to install your Arduino IDE and so forth. It's all laid out on this web page here. Now, included in the schematic is a way of switching in bandpass filters up to 5 for 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10 meters. This is optional. You don't have to build this if you're using a standalone bandpass filter that has just one band. But if you build more than one band, you can include relays on your bandpass filters, and this board will switch them in and out through these transistors right here. As I said earlier, you would need an SI5351 module to use this front panel module. Here you see the communications through the I2C interface, the SDA, SCL lines going to the You can find the schematic for the SI5351 module by going back to my Circuit 6040 homepage, clicking the Max SSB transceiver link, and on the left side here, you will scroll down and look for module 120, VFO BFO oscillator. Here you'll see the SI5351 submodule and its layout that I use down here in the lower left-hand corner. Okay, to use the Nano front panel, you first need to set up the IF frequency of your bandpass filter your crystal filter. And to do that, you would hit the function key until you get to the IF page. Once you get to the IF page, use your left and right buttons to select the digit you want to change for your IF, whatever it may be. And this is a live, on-the-fly adjustment, so if your crystal filter is slightly off, you can adjust it as you're listening to the receive.
Keep the open for another station. All right, well, let me back over to Bruce there and see how things are going with
you adjust that for the best sounding output.
as well. Yeah, I guess he's got his lawyer working for him now, and who knows where this is going to end up.
Once you get that set, you want to hit your sideband select parameter save hold button. Which is right here. You press and hold, and it will say parameters saved on the display. Once you have your IF frequency saved, you hit your home key, go back to the main display again. Also, another unique feature of the panel, or the front panel, is that if you set your IF frequency to 0, save it, you use this for a direct conversion receiver. So in other words, the frequency you see on the display is the same frequency used for the VFO. And BFO and IF frequency, of course, is 0. And that would be the frequency that you send right into your first mixer for your direct conversion receiver. And the way you know you're in the direct conversion receiver mode is that you'll see a DC at the top right of the display right there. Another unique feature is that you select your sideband with a push button here on sideband select. Also, another unique feature is that you can select between high injection and low injection. Here you will see that by pressing the high inject, low inject button, the VFO and the BFOs are adjusted to use high inject or low inject method, and the sidebands are automatically calculated internally in the software. Notice the VFO and BFO frequencies, and the inject mode on the left, you'll see it's showing as high. You press your inject mode button, it will change the VFO and BFO to match the necessary values to give you the correct sideband inversion.
I think they had him on Rikers Island, and we sailed past that, going down the, what was it, the East River, where we brought our boat.
Another feature of the front panel is that you can hit the function button and select an RF output frequency on your clock 1 generator. So in addition to the VFO and BFO, there's a third generator on SI5351 that will output a RF frequency. Here you can adjust whatever frequency you want to output on that clock signal, on that clock pin, by using your left and right buttons and selecting the digit that you want to select. Another feature of the front panel is that you can set the SI5351's master clock exactly by going to the SI5351 PLL calibration screen. Here you'll find an offset frequency calibration setting. Again, this is adjustable on the fly as you're listening, so even if you don't have a frequency counter to measure the frequency, you can select a frequency to receive off the air that you know is correct and adjust it so that the voices sound correct to you.
Instead of trying to sleep but constant. I'll go to sleep on this good and it's made a great difference. It's made a great difference in my faith. First, they're gonna have mine, but at the same time, we're selfish in wanting them here. We're so thankful for the graduation to heaven. I think John was talking about. You can run it on anything. So it's pretty versatile. The only thing I have is I just have it running on itself. Because that worked out okay.
Once you have the frequency set to your liking, you hit the sideband select parameter save hold button. That will save the parameters.
I actually nothing done in my shop yesterday. Wonder how that could be. And put Tango November.
This is 2 November Oscar Sierra. I got you 5-7 New Hampshire.
My brain. And your signal, when it comes into here, is going to look like a fake. Delicious. You know what? Stop it all. See, look at the dock of the bank. And let's go on down here to Dynamite Hill there. Like to jump on Cruise Beyond at the mouth of the Withlacoochee River there.
Use the left and right select buttons to select the digit you want to change for your dial frequency. Now you notice there's a green LED on, that's the 40-meter bandpass filter select line. Now if you change your frequency to another band, you'll see here I'm on 80 meters. $20 meters, 15, and 10.
Right, so, but they did a pretty good job. They're not, you know.
Calling CQ parts on the air.
Big difference if you don't have the proper English in the instructions. I'm a stickler for that.
So I hope this is helpful. Again, I'll have links in the description of this video for the schematic and the software download and other parts of my website. 7-3 everyone, keep building. N3FJZ.